guess final question. Where do you decide to sit in the cinema?
So I feel like everyone does have a spot. They can kind of deny that, but I think people do. I generally go for the middle, but one thing I would say is don't go to the front. Like I think we can agree that going to the front is not a good idea.
So I posed this question to a bunch of people on my course, and I agree with you, Will. I think personally, halfway up, somewhere kind of close to the aisle, just for convenience. But this guy on my course, I won't say his name. He was like, every single film I see in the cinema, I sit right in the middle, front row. And I just think, what inspires someone to sit that close to a screen that big?
What is your neck made of? Like, how do you do that? How are you comfortable? I don't understand. But so no, I did that. That's no.
Harry, how about you? You're our pretentious film geek here. Do you like the acoustics? Do you find
so? As I enter the cinema, they give me the booster seat, and I walk in, and I survey the situation. I see have we got youths nearby. I've had to tell Spanish people to be quiet in the Odeon in Guildford. They were being too loud. I said be quiet in Spanish, and they were sitting exactly where I wanted to sit, and I was vexed about that. I'll be honest, I almost exclusively pick as far away from people in the cinema. That sounds really sad, but the whole point of going to cinema is that you just shut up and watch a film. I'm not there for a social event. Go bowling. Do you know what I mean? Go ice skating. I don't care. I'm there to watch the film. So I reckon you would sit slightly just like 2 rows back of dead centre. That's the ideal spot, but you never get it because there's always 2 old people there who are in the wrong screen. They've taken their grandkids to watch Ratatouille and they've actually ended up watching Saw 6.
What are your thoughts on sitting not central in the cinema? Like,
I'm fine with that. As long as you're not one of the people who's like sitting next to my girlfriend Lizzie asked her to sit next to the wall so she could rest her head. I'm not there for a sleep, Liz. I'm trying to watch a film. Bloody hell.
Pay for the premium seats,
isn't it? She doesn't care. Like, we went and saw It with me, Liz, and a couple of our friends.
Is this It?
Liz,
It 2?
No, It 1. The first one that was supposed to be good. Lizzie was asleep. Lizzie was asleep during It. It's just loud noises. How can you fall asleep? Whilst the bloke we're with is like crying because he's so scared.
I also love the idea of Pennywise, like singing your girlfriend to sleep.
Yeah, Liz doesn't care. She's just sitting there. She's like, oh, great. Okay. Glad I paid the £5 student fare for this.
No, I would agree. I think sitting on the side, if people are against that, like, it's actually not as bad as you think it's going to be. Like, you still get a perfectly good view of the screen.
No. Perspective's all wrong, Will. Can't be having that.
The angles are fine. The angle to the screen is still okay, in my opinion.
I'm just not a fan.
Obviously, if you can get central, go for it. What also premium seats? What are thoughts and opinions on premium seats?
Different class, because I'd only ever use the cinema that is local to all 3 of us, and it's horrid. You pay like £40 for a ticket for a seat that's only got 1 armrest and moves, it's grot. And then when I went to uni, cinema costs about 4p, and you get a sofa to yourself that vibrates and popcorn pops out of it when you're bored. I mean, premium seats are worth it. They are.
One thing about also not going to big chain cinemas, I don't know, have either of you been to like an Everyman or more independent cinemas?
Love an Everyman.
Like, the quality of the experience you actually get in those is so much better than your big chain cinemas. One thing I would say, like, I'd recommend, if you hadn't given that a go, because the prices are like very similar, if not a bit cheaper, I think. And yeah, like the comfort of the seat, it's like you're sitting on, like Harry says, like a sofa for 2 people or whatever, but you're still having a cinema experience. So yeah, I would recommend that.
That is a beautiful note to end the podcast on. Get out to your small local cinemas once everything reopens.
Yeah, support them, guys. Support them. They need it. They need it badly.
So that was episode 3 of the Save the Stub podcast. Thank you to Harry and Will for joining me today.
Cheers.
Thank you, Rory.
Eloquent as always. But yeah, next week we will be watching and reviewing Denis Villeneuve's Blade Runner 2049, the kind of modern retake on Blade Runner. So join us for that, and thank you for listening.
Save the stub.